What's the most blatant case of favoritism you've ever witnessed? 1. When I was 16, my 13-year-old sister got a brand new cell phone. I never had a phone, and I still didn't at the time. 2. I worked 3 jobs in college just to survive. My parents paid my sister's tuition, rent, and bills. They also got her a brand new car. I spent my college years working and using public transportation. My sister spent hers partying and going on road trips with her brand new car. 3. When I graduated college, I got nothing. My sister got a brand new MacBook, which was stolen a few months later because she left it in her unlocked car. 4. My mother constantly told my sister that she loved her growing up. My mother only said it to me once, in the context of "I love you, but I don't like you." I have plenty more of these stories. And, no, I don't speak with my parents or sister anymore. How are you doing now, and how is your sister? I went no contact with my entire family a couple years ago. It's been lonely, but so much more peaceful. I'm in therapy to heal from all the abuse my family put me through. What I posted is only the tip of the iceberg. My sister is a mess, honestly. She can't hold down a job, and she's awful with her finances. She's 31 and my mother does everything for her. Pays her bills, raises her kid, and so on. My sister is going nowhere in life, and I think it's partly because my mother enabled her too much growing up and she never learned how to be self-reliant. Not my problem anymore. As the saying goes, if you raise your kids, you get to spoil your grandkids. If you spoil your kids, you will have to raise your grandkids. Growing up, my stepbrother was obviously my stepmother's favorite child. He could get away with anything. I am fairly certain she's never actually punished him for anything, and he was well aware of this. The most blatant case of this was when the nanny software on his computer caught him searching for adult video. So immediately my stepmother goes after me, accusing me of going onto his computer to search those videos. Did your dad ever say or do anything about her favoritism? Did she favor him over any of her own biological children? Yeah, he was also definitely her favorite over my stepsister, but she was barely ever around. She lived with her dad full-time because it was way closer to the school she went to. It was like an hour commute every day from our house to the schools my step-siblings went to, so it never really came up. And my dad acknowledged her bias, but also told me there wasn't really anything he could do about it, and it's not like she was treating me abusively. If something wasn't actually my fault, the accusation wouldn't stick, and I didn't get particularly harsh punishments when I did do something. It was just that my brother never got any punishments for anything. Joke's on them though. Now I'm her favorite because I'm the only one of her children that isn't an asshole. My grandma always yelled to my cousins, but she always pampered me and bragged about me to others. She didn't even try to hide that difference in treatment, and I hated when that happened. Even the little child me recognized and despised it very much. Obviously my relationship with my cousins isn't good till now. My grandma always did that to my sister and me. She would tell me I was ugly and tan and how my sister was the lighter-skinned, pretty one. I was 11 and she was 17, so I didn't get why she compared us. It made the relationships with my sister complicated and I hated her for years. I'm 18 now and she would have changed her mind, but my grandma passed away when I was 13. Getting special treatment when you don't want it is an awkward thing. It's not fun having someone tell everyone to look to you as a shining example of goodness and you're trying to think of a way to tone it down because you know that you're not going to have any friends after an authority figure tells everyone to be more like you. My mom told my brother a very boring family secret and he told me. I mentioned it to her and she got pissed off and said he shouldn't be telling other people about that, it's just for family. I had to remind her that I am also a member of the family. Maybe there's a second secret. Had a stepbrother who was my same age. He asked my stepmom if he could spend the night at a friend's house and she said yes. I then asked her the same question and she said no. I complained that other kid got to go and said it was unfair, so she grounded me. That was 23 years ago and I'm still bitter. My twin asks if he can go see his friend. Mom 9/10 time says, yeah. I ask once and this is what I get, you have friends? This is probably why I have no confidence in myself, nor in people in authoritative positions. This is exactly the reason why I didn't tell her about my depression until the beginning of the school year. I've had depression from like 6th grade, from being told I was so smart and you'll go so far in life. Then the grading system changed and here I am nearly failing a class. I'm too socially awkward to ask for help, too proud, my pride the only thing left from my childhood. My mother will never know how hard it was to be told by her mother I should just disown you. One of my classmates always got better scores on comparable essays in a high school literature class. I suggested it was favoritism, so we decided to write each other's papers to see what happened. Our study found that no matter who wrote the paper, if I turned it in I got a worse grade than if she turned it in. So strange. I had a class with a weekly essay, and I consistently got 90%. So I went all out, outlines, notes, worked on it all week. 80%. The next week I smoked weed, wrote it out in 20 minutes and submitted it. 100%. There is no possible way the stoned, single draft essay was perfect. Did that with my girlfriend in college. One of our profs gave her higher grades than me no matter what. I wrote 2 essays and we each turned in one. She got the higher grade. Professor had a reputation for giving higher grades to cute female students. My nephew's school had 2 students who won a contest all by themselves. They got a chance to meet the Prime Minister and show their work. But at the last moment, the principal insisted to add his daughter in the team. This is why a principal's kids shouldn't go to the same school. At least those 2 kids still got to meet the minister. I won an Olympiad programming contest. My team member didn't even show up for the competition. She still got a medal and her picture in the paper with our principal. I didn't. At the end of our senior party that was organized for my school, they had a raffle with a bunch of expensive prizes. Every single parent who helped organize the raffle had a child who won big, and the main organizer had her son win the $2,500 grand prize with the not suspicious speech of, and of course, the winner of the grand prize is Charlie. Yeah, fuck that shit. I walked out with a $5 gift card to an ice cream shop that had already gone out of business. My friend is the middle child. He had to find a job when he was 16 to pay for his car by himself, work full-time through college to pay for it by himself, and had to pay for his new house, and his parents didn't offer any help. In fact, they packed up all his stuff while he was at work and dropped it off in his garage and said good luck. While his siblings did not have to work in high school or college, parents paid for their cars and paid for most of their college. When his older brother got a house, they offered to help pay. Parents gave my sister a car and paid for her college, and I received a check for $100. She's a loser and they wasted so much money on her. She totaled multiple cars and has a master's and bachelor's degree in psychology and accounting. She works at a gas station. Update/info, both girls. She's a couple years older. Since her first job she's never liked being told what to do and had a bad attitude, but a good student. I think the real world scared her, so she stayed in school. She's been at the gas station for a few years. I don't have a degree, but I'm an account manager for a luxury dealership. In the first grade I had a problem with a certain kid and his friends constantly trying to bully me. One day he, Kyle, and his 2 best friends surrounded me, pinned me by the arms and drew their fists back to punch me when suddenly the teacher on duty blew her whistle. She then proceeded to scold 3 boys for causing a scene with their violent behavior. And by 3 boys, she meant the 2 friends of the boy, and me, who was on the ground by the other 2. She sent us to the office. We all 3 were forced to sit every break without being able to play for 3 weeks. Even in the office, the other 2 boys were saying I was innocent and that Kyle was guilty, that they all 3 were attacking me. The boys even told the teacher that it was the 3 of them that were about to attack me. Her response was no, he was the only one not doing anything. I heard yelling, egging you all on. Even the boys admitted the only thing I was yelling was please, no. I was totally innocent, even the principal wasn't hearing it. She actually made me feel worse about it because in her words, you are the first problem students this school has had since we started that Student of the Month program. First day sitting out from recess I stared at the ground on the verge of tears, and the teacher forced me to watch the other kids play as a punishment. I deserved to watch other kids have fun. Every day Kyle would run by and throw sand in my face with the teacher less than 5 feet from me who literally turned her face away as she smirked. Kyle, the boy who never got in trouble, was the son of that teacher's best friend who, by the way, was the local school bus driver who backed into our horse trailer earlier that year and tore it all to hell and tried to take no responsibility for it. She blamed us for her hitting the horse trailer because we put it in her way. Truth of the matter was that she was being lazy. The bus driver before her just went up the road, maybe 400 feet ahead, and circled back around. She would pick me and my sister up, and then put the bus in reverse backing into a small ditch into our front yard where we parked all the cars and trailer. To make things worse, she never actually looked all that much when she was backing up. She designated a couple kids to be her watcher. I guess they thought it would be funny and not let her know she was about to majorly F up. Edit. This kid has issues. I remember hearing about a time he tried to literally kill his older brother. The family kept a boom box in their bathroom that plugged into the and played music while they were in the shower/bath. One day his older brother was taking a bath when Kyle came running in and threw the boom box into the bath. Thankfully it ripped the cord from the back end, so nothing ever came of it. Other incidents besides this happened, but I can't recall the details of what all they were. Do you have such stories about favoritism? Leave a comment. And subscribe to this channel if you want to see more same videos.